Meet the Joby S4, America's most serious bet on flying taxis becoming real. This sleek, all-electric aircraft carries one pilot and 4 passengers, and it takes off and lands like a helicopter, but flies more like a plane. No runway needed, just lift off, tilt forward, and cruise. So why does it exist? Because cities are choking on traffic. Joby wants to give people a faster way to move through the air, quietly, cleanly, and on demand. Here's how it works. The S4 has 6 tilting propellers. On takeoff, they point upward for lift. Once airborne, they tilt forward for efficient, high-speed flight, reaching up to 200 miles per hour. It's fully electric, so it's far quieter than any helicopter. Joby is already doing piloted test flights and building an actual production line which puts them ahead of almost every competitor on the planet. But here's the reality check. They're burning through cash fast, and their target of commercial service by the end of 2026 is ambitious, especially with FAA certification moving at its own pace. The technology is ready to race. The paperwork, not so much. Meet the Archer Midnight, a flying taxi built specifically for short, sharp city hops. Think airport to downtown or suburb to city center. We're talking 10 to 20 miles in minutes, not the 45 you'd spend stuck in traffic. So why does it exist? Archer looked at urban commuting and asked one simple question. Why are we still crawling on the ground when the sky is wide open? Here's how it works. The Midnight has 12 lift propellers for takeoff and a separate rear propeller for forward flight. This split system means the aircraft isn't fighting itself. Lift and speed are handled independently, making the whole thing more efficient. It carries a pilot and 4 passengers, cruising at around 150 miles per hour, and it's fully electric. One smart move Archer made, they partnered with Stellantis, the giant behind Jeep and Ram trucks, to handle manufacturing. No one builds factories from scratch. Just plug into an existing industrial machine and scale fast. But here's the catch. The Midnight runs on batteries, and today's batteries simply don't store enough energy for long flights. And what about the vertiports it needs to land at? Most of them don't exist yet. The aircraft is nearly ready. The world it needs to land in is still under construction. While everyone else is still testing, China's EHang has already crossed the finish line, at least on paper. The EH216S is the world's first eVTOL to receive an official type certificate, meaning a real government aviation authority has looked at it, tested it, and said, yes, this is safe to fly passengers. And it's not just certified, it's actually flying people today on real autonomous passenger routes in China. No pilot on board, just you, the cabin, and a ground operator managing the flight remotely. Here's how it works. The EH216-S has 16 propellers arranged in 8 pairs, all working together to lift 2 passengers straight up and carry them to their destination. It's fully autonomous. No joystick, no controls inside. You simply get in and trust the system. But let's be honest about its limits. The range is tiny, around 22 miles on a full charge. The payload is minimal, and it flies slowly, topping out at about 80 miles per hour. It's more of an air shuttle than an air taxi. Then there's the bigger wall, geopolitics. Getting this Chinese-certified aircraft approved by the FAA, or Europe's EASA, is an entirely different battle. Technically impressive. Commercially, it may be flying in circles for a while. If most eVTOL companies are swinging for the fences, Beta Technologies is quietly getting on base every single time. The ALIA, their aircraft, may not appear futuristic, but it might actually be the smartest vehicle on this entire list. Here's why. Beta chose to pursue cargo and military contracts first, rather than immediately tackling the incredibly complex passenger certification process, deliver packages, support logistics, serve the US military, build trust, generate revenue, and let the regulators catch up. How does it work? The ALIA takes off using vertical rotors, then transitions to efficient fixed-wing flight, more like a traditional plane than a drone. That design choice pays off big. It can fly over 250 miles on a single charge, which absolutely destroys the range of most competitors on this list. Beta also built their own charging network from scratch, another quietly brilliant move that almost nobody talks about. Now, the honest part. The ALIA is not going to win any design awards. It looks like someone bolted rotors onto a conventional aircraft. There's no sleek futuristic shell, no jaw-dropping silhouette. But here's the thing. It flies. It works. It earns money today. And in this industry, that makes it one of the most remarkable aircraft in the sky. What if you could buy a personal flying machine today? No pilot's license, no waiting list, no regulatory nightmare? That's exactly what Pivotal is offering with the Helix. And yes, it's real, and yes, you can actually purchase one right now. The Helix is a single-seat ultralight eVTOL designed for personal flight. It slips under the FAA's ultralight category, which means in the United States, as long as you stay under certain speed and weight limits, no pilot's license is required. Just climb in, get trained, and fly. Here's how it works. The Helix uses multiple electric rotors to lift one person off the ground and carry them through the air at moderate speeds. It's designed to be simple, intuitive, and fun, more like learning to ride a capable new vehicle than mastering a complex aircraft. It looks wild, it sounds wild, and honestly, flying it probably feels wild too. But let's be straight about what the reality is. The Helix has limited range, carries one person, and costs serious money. It's not solving urban congestion. It's not replacing your commute. It is, at its core, an incredibly exciting recreational toy for people who can afford an extraordinary weekend. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you were hoping this one saves cities, it won't. It just makes being rich look a lot more fun. The Lilium jet was, without question, one of the most beautiful aircraft ever rendered on a computer screen. With its sleek, futuristic design, the Lilium jet resembled something straight out of a science fiction film. Investors poured in billions. The hype was immense, and then reality showed up. Here's what made Lilium different, and, ultimately, what broke it. Instead of using large open rotors like most eVTOLs, Lilium embedded dozens of small electric ducted fans directly into the wings and canards. The idea was elegant. A cleaner, quieter, more aerodynamic aircraft with no exposed spinning blades. But elegant ideas still have to obey physics. Those small ducted fans were extraordinarily energy-hungry, packing enough power to lift a full aircraft, accelerate to cruise speed, and land safely all on batteries demanded far more energy than the technology could realistically deliver. The design was complex, the power consumption was brutal, and the engineering challenges kept multiplying. The money ran out. Government bailouts were sought and denied. Lilium filed for bankruptcy once, restructured, and then filed again in early 2025. The lesson here is painful but important. Rendering software isn't concerned about thermodynamics. A beautiful animation will always fly perfectly. But real aircraft have weight, drag, and battery limits that no investor deck can override. Built for physics first, the renders can wait. Many people haven't heard of AutoFlight, but this is one company quietly doing things that should be making headlines: the Prosperity. I currently holds the record for the longest eVTOL flight ever recorded. Not a short hop, not a test circuit, a genuine long-distance flight that left most competitors looking at their aircraft wondering what went wrong. So what is it? The Prosperity One is a lift and cruise eVTOL, meaning it uses vertical rotors to take off and land, then switches to a fixed wing for efficient forward flight. That design decision is a big reason it can cover serious distance without draining its batteries into the ground. It has both passenger and cargo variants, giving it real commercial flexibility. AutoFlight was founded with German engineering leadership, but operates with strong Chinese roots, and that combination has genuinely produced impressive hardware. But here's where the story gets complicated. The company recently went through significant leadership changes, which always raises questions about direction, momentum, and investor confidence. And then there's the bigger wall, the same one EHang faces. Taking technology developed and certified in China and getting it approved by European or American regulators is not just paperwork. It's a geopolitical obstacle course that could take years or simply never happen at all. Impressive record, real aircraft, uncertain road ahead. If you liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe, because the future of flight is moving fast and you don't want to miss what's coming next.